right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Convos on Campus. Today we have a very special guest. We have the President of KAUST, Professor Sir Edward Byrne. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Tayyab.
Thank
Really pleased to be here with you.
Really pleased to have you. You were so kind to reply in the same day. You took the initiative, and I thought yesterday I came in here, I thought we're going to discuss the logistics, and you were ready to film. So that was amazing from you. Thank you very much for that.
No, pleased to help.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get started.
Yes, yeah.
All right. So, Mr. President, you've held some very historic institutions. So King's College and Monash University. Now you're here at KAUST. What is your vision for the university's next chapter under your leadership?
Thank you very much, Tayyab. I mean, that's a crucial question. And the vision for a university comes not from one person, but from a university community. Our key direction is set by the fantastic direction this country is going on at the moment with visionary national leadership as set out in Vision 2030.
Yes.
And we have been given an opportunity as a university by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and the government and our Board of Trustees to make a really major contribution to this country, to the Middle East and to the world. Now, let me explain why that's important to me. I see the evolution of great universities in the world in recent decades as having gone through a journey. We've always had twin towers, two pillars of excellence: education, preparing young people for the world, and research. The research discoveries we make, most of the things driving the modern world have been discovered in one university or another. But we now have a third pillar, which has been always with us a little bit, but which has got ever stronger and more important, is the absolute responsibility for key impacts on the world around us, in the country we serve, and in the region, as well as in the broader world. KAUST is leading this development more than any other university I know. It has opportunities to make real contributions in real time to the people in the kingdom and in the Middle East, which are absolutely unrivaled.
Okay. How did you learn about KAUST?
I became a university president quite some years ago now, close to 20 years probably when I work it out. And I met the team establishing KAUST at a meeting or other, and I remember meeting subsequent presidents, Professor Jean-Loup I met, and KAUST made a huge story in the university world because the level of ambition with which it was founded by the late King Abdullah was so high. And I think many people thought it was going to be very hard to achieve, but clearly they were wrong, and it has been achieved.
I guess that's 2005, like that's
yeah, I probably first heard about it in the press in around 2005. A lot was written about it because, the level of ambition was so high. And I subsequently met some of the leaders at key, conferences where university presidents meet around the world.
Okay. And was it your first time in Saudi here when you came?
No, when I was the president of Monash University, I had quite a bit to do with the kingdom. Monash is a huge university, one of the world's best universities.
Absolutely.
But it takes a lot of international students. And at that time, the late King Abdullah was starting to revolutionize and improve massively university education in the kingdom. And it was the first time that large numbers of young Saudi students were sent overseas, and we took quite a number into Monash. So because we had lots of Saudi students, I came here to meet alumni, also for some fundraising, you know, and got to know the kingdom a little. Now, I wouldn't say I got to know it very well because my visits each time were just a few days in Riyadh.
Okay.
So this is the first time I've really got to understand, to be honest, what an amazing place it is.
Yeah, it's developing really rapidly.
Yes, it's very different. Even though I only had a few days here years ago, I can see how different it is. You know, reflecting in my mind two things: the level of ambition of the government for the new Saudi Arabia, including a desire to provide brilliant opportunities for young people of both genders, and also the desire of the Saudi Arabian people to constantly improve their country and make it a better place for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is developing really rapidly, and we're all very fortunate to be in such institution. You know, King Abdullah was a visionary, and he did change the fabric of the Saudi youth. Essentially, he was the pioneer of sending people abroad and teaching them. So he changed the fabric, and it still is.
We also had lots of Saudi students at King's College in London. I don't remember so many when I was the Vice President for Health at UCL because I was more on the health side. But I think there were quite a few Saudi students at UCL. But at King's we had we have student clubs. They have student clubs for each nationality, and the Saudi Student Club was one of the biggest clubs. So there were certainly some hundreds of Saudi students there. I should say that I'm here in this job for two reasons. You know, I mean, I've just been at a stage of my life where before coming here, I'd had major university leadership roles for 20 years, in Australia, then running health at UCL, which is a huge health university, then many years as a university president. It would have taken quite a lot to get me to do another university job because I was offered quite a few. The two things that got me here were the excellence of KAUST and its opportunities as a unique institution, but probably even more than that, the exciting developments in the kingdom and the opportunity to contribute to those even in a small way.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very kind of you to in the first place agree to be a part of this institution. I mean, you know, the vision is like in your mind. What exactly do you see the first low-hanging fruit that you would like to maximize on as a leadership?
Tayyab, it's a journey which is already well underway. You know, as the university on the one hand continues absolute scientific excellence with for a university of its size, I believe the best faculty in the world. And building on that accelerates applied outcomes for the kingdom in contributing to the key needs for high-level research for government ministries and direction, in helping to work with key authorities in the kingdom in identifying and solving the major questions the kingdom needs to have solved, a mission-based approach, and in continuing and accelerating the drive for more commercial impact in terms of spin-offs and supporting commercial endeavours. At the end of the day, I still believe a Nobel Prize can be won in KAUST. So I believe the academic excellence is hugely important, but I believe that KAUST can make more contribution than almost any other university to the problems of this region and the world in terms of the great changes going on around us.
Inshallah. You were also a board member, am I correct, in KAUST or no?
Yes, the university president is a member of the Board of Trustees, an ex officio member.
Right, but you were appointed, as a president directly, or were you a board member first and then?
No. I was appointed as the president directly through a competitive process. I mean, it's a hugely prestigious position, so there were many applicants.
Okay.
And the the president in a ex officio role sits on the board of trustees.
Okay. And you guys report to the prince directly, or? I've been always curious.
When I started, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, MBS, chaired the board. Obviously, one of the most visionary people in the world today.
Yes.
And because His Royal Highness the Crown Prince was relatively happy with the progress KAUST is making, he invited his brother, His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz, to succeed him as chair of the board. Prince Abdulaziz, like His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, is an absolutely outstanding person, and he shares with the Crown Prince an absolute commitment to the welfare of young people in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have all these royalty leading us. I think their vision and capitalizing and investing in the youth is really amazing, and it's changing the fabric as we see it every day. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah for having him.
Yes, Prince Abdulaziz, knows a lot about universities because he himself was a faculty member at KFUPM some years ago, obviously, but he has chaired the board of trustees of KFUPM for some time, so he's very familiar with the university sector and already is very engaged in developments here at KAUST to our great benefit.
Yeah, I think he visited, His Highness visited this summer, right?
Yes, and he'll be coming again regularly.
Yes, that's great. Okay, so KAUST is I would say, is an agile and modern institution. It's been around for since 2008, I think.
Yes, it's only just over 15 years old, which in university terms makes us not even an infant. The great universities of the world are between 1,000 and hundreds of years old, and this is the miracle of KAUST, that it has come so far so quickly.
Yeah, and this agility is a unique opportunity for you as well as a leader to be making a mark and shifting the direction and making real impact that you can see. I would say more efficient or faster than other older institutions.
Yes, it's already moving more quickly than any university I know of in the world today, in terms of both its academic improvement, its research improvement, and its contribution to the broader world in applied terms. But there is the opportunity to move even more quickly, and it is certainly my ambition, determination, in a way that I believe can be achieved, to build on the strong foundations established at KAUST and take it even further forward. Everything in life, Tayyab, is based on people who go before you. We all stand, whatever we do, on the shoulders of great people, often giants. And there have been some giants involved in the establishment of this university, ranging from His Majesty King Abdullah to the leadership team who established KAUST and those who've improved it. Every year it's got better university. And in recent years, the absolutely visionary leadership provided by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and our Board of Trustees.
Okay. So in terms of Vision 2030, where do you see KAUST making the biggest contribution?
The biggest contribution made by KAUST will be in the areas identified by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and the government as the areas of greatest need to the kingdom. These contributions will be based on broad scientific foundations in a number of disciplines, because we are a great university, we'll always need those. But our major growing contributions will be in energy, interpreted broadly, in the water domain, in the food domain, and in the broad health domain. Okay.
Yeah, speaking about health, now we can shift into your core specialization.
Yes.
You are a world pioneer, mashallah, for being a neuroscientist. Could you take us back to where it all started?
That's a very difficult question because it goes back a long way. I was born in the north of England, and my father was a family doctor who subsequently trained as a psychiatrist. And when I was a teenager, 15 years old, my family decided to move to Australia. And we moved to the smallest state, Tasmania, where my father worked. And I finished school there, made a decision. Probably, it was a little easier then with university. You didn't have to decide so long before what you wanted to do. And probably only in my last year of school, and I could do it because I was doing the right subjects, I decided I wanted to do medicine, but I didn't really know what type of medicine I wanted to do. So in Australia, I finished medicine. I did the young doctor years in a city called Adelaide, a small Australian city. And I decided I wanted to do neurology, brain medicine, because this sounds a little self-serving, because intellectually it was the most difficult branch of medicine, and because I was really interested in the secrets of the brain itself. I had other alternatives, and then I was lucky to get a training position, and they held the most prestigious hospital in the world then for neurology, then and now probably, is the National Hospital in London, the Institute of Neurology, where many of the great breakthroughs in brain medicine have been made. And they held one position a year for a young doctor from Australia. And I was lucky to get that position. That was a really big break for me. And it enabled me to complete neurology training under the greatest names in the world at the time, and also do my research degree. What I learned from the people I worked with in London, which I hadn't really learned in Australia, there it was more about becoming a good doctor. What I learned in London was that we know so little about the causes of brain illness. If one is going to make a significant contribution as well as treating people and diagnosing them, you should really be trying to find out more about the causes and developing treatments. So that then became the major focus of my life, that I split my time from then on between looking after people as probably a diagnostician in large part, and trying to develop new understandings of some conditions. This led me to go back to Melbourne in Australia, where most of my family were then in Australia. And I then became the first professor of neurology at the University of Melbourne and established research laboratories devoted to discovering the causes of some neurological illnesses. And we had a bit of luck and we made it through breakthroughs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I guess back in the day, that was a very tough specialization to tap into because, everything is microscopic when you're talking about neurons.
Yes, it was. That's very insightful. You probably don't realize how different it was then to now. It was in my final year of neurology that I first saw a CAT scanner. The MRI scanner came quite some years later. Functional neuroimaging, which has increased our understanding of the brain so much, was just a dream then. All of my early work in uncovering illness, causes of illness, was mainly biochemical. And just in the mid-1980s, something called the polymerase chain reaction was discovered, led to Nobel laureate for those who discovered it, and it opened up the whole DNA genetic vista, which opened so many new windows into brain illness. And I was lucky because in my career all of these things were happening and going on around me, and I had an opportunity to be part of this story.
Yeah, and people cannot just simply claim that you were lucky, because I saw your podcast with Blenheim Partners, and the title was "Chance Favors the Prepared."
Yes.
You were very prepared to be in that role.
I was prepared, but I think many people would have been prepared a generation before me or a generation before that, but they didn't have the opportunities because the major scientific breakthroughs were not occurring in their time. And come to where we are today. You know, I gave a lecture years ago where I talked about how the rate of knowledge in humanity, including my own area, was doubling every 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how quickly does it double now? Every year? Every 6 months? And how is this going to accelerate as the new computational capacity that we're just in the foothills of fully evolves in the years ahead? I mean, it's an amazing time to be a scientist.
It's exponential. Yeah.
It's exponential.
Yeah. And we are really fortunate to have a president who was in the medical field. I'd say most of the time people in the medical field are very compassionate. How did your medical career affect your vision and your leadership as a university leader?
I'd say through 2 or 3 ways. When I first became a university president, it was very uncommon for somebody with a medical background to be made a university president, because much of our work was not in the mainstream of the university. You know, we worked in hospitals and you know, attended university meetings and what have you, probably not quite as frequently as professors did at other areas. But it did prepare me, I think, in a number of ways. Firstly, I got very used to research that was very outcome-driven. You know, you don't do medical research unless you want to discover causes and better treatments for human illness. So you're very focused. I always knew the importance of basic research, but from the very beginning, I knew how important applied research was and how important it was to push through to outcomes. Everybody probably always knew that, but in medical research, the focus was a little greater than in most other areas. And then secondly, as a doctor, a specialist, looking after large numbers of ill people and speaking to their families, it develops a degree of emotional intelligence, and you become very used to trying to understand people's feelings and what's driving them. And leading a university, that's absolutely crucial, you know, because you hopefully provide some direction. You hopefully help develop a really ambitious strategic direction and help people to buy into it. But a successful university is always a community of brilliant people working together. And I think my medical background helped me to understand what motivates people a little. I don't want to exaggerate that too much because people can come to that realization from many different directions. But in my case, it did help me.
Great. Going back to motivation, what was the most exciting or the most eureka moment you had, maybe in a lab or a leadership role?
I had a few such moments. I would give you one from the lab. 2 or 3.
Please. Yeah.
The first paper I had accepted in a major journal is a very exciting time for anybody interested in science. Some years later, I'll say made or largely made, because ideas bubble around the world, the discovery that mitochondrial failure, mitochondria are the organelles where oxygen is converted into energy in cells, where mitochondrial failure was an important part of the aging process. This was highly controversial. The paper was published in the main medical journal, The Lancet, and I remember the anxiety I had when that paper came out, because I was putting my head above the parapet. And as these observations were confirmed by others and really generated a research industry, I had a sense of relief. But I still remember the excitement of those discoveries, which are probably the most significant discovery that I was associated with myself. And then in a university leadership role, it was probably when I was the Vice President for Health at University College London, UCL. UCL is a huge medical university, the biggest in Europe, probably the largest medical research university in Europe, and about 2/3 of the university is in the medical division, so it was a big enterprise. And I had the opportunity for helping, with 2 or 3 other people, lead the formation of the most major medical research institute founded in Europe since the Second World War, now the Crick Institute. And I remember the excitement of the planning process that led us to be able to persuade the government and others, major charities, to fund this huge new institute. It was a massive amount of money. It's the medical equivalent of KAUST almost, not quite, but almost. And the excitement of planning completely new approaches to educating outstanding faculty for the future, looking at the very best approaches around the world.
Okay. I would say the first paper I published was here in KAUST. I was nervous as well. But when was the paper that you first published was published? Did I get it back?
Oh, well, my first papers were not that exciting, because I guess the main thing was making, as a young doctor, making interesting observations about unique features of illness and writing short papers in neurology or medical journals initially, then neurology journals. So I was always, I think, had an inquiring mind, and my first papers were published when I was not quite an intern, but soon after that. Not very exciting papers, but they were interesting and they had to be refereed and all of that. Then when I was a trainee neurologist, what's called a registrar, long before I had my own research lab, I published some interesting clinical papers. Some of them are still quoted. You don't get papers like that quoted 1,000 times. If you have an aging paper like the one I mentioned, that will be quoted that many times, or nearly that many. But papers like a rare type of brain abscess that I became interested in, called nocardia cerebral abscess, probably my first paper in one of the world's major neurology journals, and that paper's probably just been quoted over 100 times, but it's a narrower discipline.
Okay. Did you crack the code of mitochondria and longevity? Because you look really good for your age.
That opens another interesting story. That as I told you, I had a laboratory that was basically devoted to biochemical studies on human tissue, mainly muscle biopsy, and we had a basis of histochemistry, and then biochemical studies probing for deficiencies essentially in the mitochondrial respiratory chain in those days. And when the PCR, polymerase chain reaction, was discovered, almost overnight we pivoted to having multiple water baths in the laboratory through the rather primitive technology used then to make large amounts of DNA. It was relatively easy with mitochondria because the intramitochondrial genome is only 16,500 nucleotides, so it's tiny. But it was impossible to sequence it before the PCR. So I had a team of 5 or 6 people working constantly on sequencing. You'd have to, using a plasmid structure, sequence overlapping fragments and build it up to the full genome. 4 people got their PhD out of sequencing 16,500 nucleotides in a number of patients and control subjects. And we identified some new genetic abnormalities. That was exciting at the time. A new mutation was a major paper. Nowadays, it wouldn't even get you a footnote.
Yeah, things are.
Things have accelerated so much.
Accelerated so much.
And we also, at that time, were developing a lot of new technology. So these were all done largely by PhD students and postdocs. But I remember we had a group working up in situ hybridization, looking at the distribution of wild type, i.e. normal mtDNA strains and mutant strains across different cells. Mm-hmm. And we extended the concept of an energy mosaic that had first been proposed by a man called Müller-Hocker in Germany. But we extended that into the aging scenario. And that also was interesting work. That was a very exciting time, very exciting time. Not as exciting as today, because exponential progress is putting it mildly. The rate of progress in these things has been so massive, and we now have the new world where the integrative artificial intelligence capacity, coupled to massive amounts of data, gives in silico possibilities to understand much more rapidly molecular pathology and to devise therapeutic approaches which are very tailored in a way that can be done so much more quickly. So my solid expectation is that we will see the first AI-designed drugs hitting the marketplace within a few years, mm-hmm. and we will see a revolution in the pharmaceutical industry internationally.
Yeah. Hopefully KAUST would be a leader in that as well.
I very much hope so. I'm not here to push my own barrow, if you know what that saying means. So I have no particular desire at KAUST to promote medical or health research beyond other key aspects of research. And KAUST has been from its very beginnings one of the world's leading engineering universities and will continue to be so. Mm-hmm. But because basic medical research has become so important in the last 15 years, more and more basic medical researchers have come into KAUST as faculty. We now have, of our 200 faculty, around 10% who are outstanding medical researchers, and the Board of Trustees approved the launch of a fourth division, a biomedical, bioengineering, biotechnology division that will be launching at the beginning of next calendar year. Mm-hmm. It will be smaller than the other divisions, but it will have the opportunity to grow. The government have given us the huge responsibility of developing the national centres for vaccine development and for protein therapeutics, mm-hmm. Which will draw in a lot of commercial investment in the therapeutic domain. So I think we will see over the next 10 years, probably going beyond my time, basic biomedical research come to stand along the other divisions in KAUST as an equal partner. Obviously, for some years, it will be quite a lot smaller.
Inshallah, inshallah. I'd like to take a time out to bring you some water.
Thank you.
Where should I ask Alma, maybe?
Is there some here? Just let me have a look sometimes. Yeah, on the table here.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's the dust. You know how much dust there is in the air? I've got a slightly dry throat. I don't think I've got a cold. I think it's the dust. Yeah. Do you have a bottle? Grab one. Yeah, sorry, I should have got you one. You'll have to cut that bit out.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's organic, and people like to see organic stuff. That's great. And you might want to get the mic a little closer to you. Just like face the way. Perfect. All right, so we're back on track. So you've received the highest honor a civilian would get, I think, right? From Australia, from the UK. and
Yes,
Australia?
from Australia, they have a national honours system called the Order of Australia,
Hmm.
with a number of different levels, and the second highest level that about 25, 30 people get each year is called Officer of the Order of Australia,
Hmm.
and I got that many years ago for contributions to neurology, brain medicine, and the highest level, which only 4 or 5 people get each year, is called Companion of the Order of Australia. And I was given that recognition around 10 years ago for contributions to sustainable development goals and global health. So I was really pleased about both of those and felt it was a great honour, especially since most of my work was done with a lot of other people, a lot of students helping me. And then in England, to my amazement, in the middle of pandemic, I was given the highest honour they give to ordinary people, which is called a knighthood, which only goes to a handful of university people, if that, each year. So I was very pleased. And that was a great honour. Again, for people like me, when you get an honour, you're always very pleased, and you have to have done something, I'm not denying that. But it's largely based on having had the opportunity to work with great people, and things happen. So it's a recognition of success by a lot of people, not just oneself.
Yeah, I think Einstein said it that I stand on the shoulders of giants, right?
Yeah, no, that was Sir Isaac Newton.
Newton?
Yeah,
Newton,
yeah.
yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a collaborative environment, right?
Yes, Newton was probably the greatest scientist of all time. I mean, you can argue this. Was it Einstein? Was it Newton? Was it Pasteur? But I think it was Einstein. I think it was Newton. And part of that is a what's the word? A degree of humbleness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting point from history. There's a Muslim scientist called Ibn al-Haytham. He was doing quite some calculus and some integration even before Newton did.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
I became interested years ago. I've always been interested in history, and I was interested in the Muslim civilizations in Andalusia in Spain, and the high level of mathematics and medicine they achieved, the best in Europe at the time. But my wife and I had the opportunity, amazing time we had, quite some years ago, to take a holiday on the Silk Road. And we started in China and then went through the Stans. And I remember Uzbekistan was incredible, both the history that we didn't know that well, but the level of science achieved in Samarkand and in Bukhara through the Islamic scholars of the time,
Yes.
who were miles ahead of anybody anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, they were pioneers in the and as you know from history, it was mainly the Islamic Golden Age.
Yes, exactly. And I remember I think it was in Samarkand, we saw an observatory with the incredible complexity to examine the skies. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before Galileo and his telescope.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Astronomy is a lot of contributions from the Muslim world, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of star names, and I'm quoting Professor Roy Casagranda. He was a professor, or he's still a professor, who specialized in the Middle East history. I'm quoting him when he said that at the peak of the Islamic State, where it had control over the Persian and a bit of the Roman, Muslims were only 2% of the population.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So it speaks a lot about the religion itself, that it's not related to the states that we see today.
No, it's the degree of civilization achieved in those civilizations in Spain and in Central Asia were incredibly high when you look at the rest of the world at the time. I mean, with the possible exception of China, there was hardly anything happening in Western Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a torch, right? It's the science torch that gets passed from the...
Yeah, and it goes backwards and forwards.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, most people, your first concern is to survive. You know, you need the essentials of life. You have to look after your family, then your immediate community, then loyalty to your country. But almost everybody has a desire for learning, and a desire for learning and a desire to discover new things are very close. Mm-hmm. It can be interesting. You know, the gentleman who was the vice president research here for some years, who now works at NEOM, he's a great scientist, is a man called Professor Donald Bradley. And there's a fish there, a skeleton of a fish on the wall, a new type of fish that he identified for the first time in the Red Sea. And I was meeting Professor Bradley briefly the other day, and he told me that he had discovered some fossilized mangrove, a new species of mangrove near NEOM. Mm-hmm. You know, totally outside his area, but he's somebody who has a desire to learn. Curiosity.
Yes.
And getting back to what you asked me right at the start of this interview, you know, at the heart of any successful university is curiosity.
Yeah. And it's one big pillar we have in Islam is the first word that came down to Muhammad was read, not worship.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah. A lot of people think that we just, in the mosque praying every day, but the first word was read. And
well, you asked me a little bit about other things, but since I've been in the kingdom now, and I'm just a year and about a week, I've been here just 1 year, how welcoming people have been has been fantastic for my wife and myself.
That's great to
and
hear.
To learn more about what a generous, thoughtful and highly moral culture Islam is, and how it pervades this whole country in a very peaceful and safe way. It's a huge opportunity for us to experience it.
Yeah, it's a sacred region. Lots of prophets have came, in this region, and
well, maybe it's this region in part. You know, you think it would be different in Riyadh, would it?
Riyadh, yes. Even the prophet, peace be upon him, said it.
I think it would be the same.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this region is very rich in history.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to see bits of it, which were new to me. You know, the Nabatean civilization that was here, I suppose several thousand years ago, and the wonderful restoration of parts of Jeddah, which have been done with such care. Also, obviously in a very respectful way, we were invited by the Minister for the Hajj to visit Medina, and we had a wonderful visit and were looked after so well.
Mm-hmm. That is great to hear. Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad to see that you're getting the right treatment. This is what we advocate for.
It couldn't be better. People have been so generous, and also in the university, very supportive of an ambitious mission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need that. I would say, I hope that KAUST would be the mitochondria of change in Saudi.
That's my ambition, to help facilitate that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are lots of things. I just mentioned a few things earlier, but other things I want to do is increase the number of Saudi students doing research here. Mm-hmm. I think the beginnings of that are well underway, the things we can build on. Having more of the outstanding students in the kingdom have the opportunity to do their masters and PhD here, I think would be a very good thing. And for KAUST to become a little bit better known in the kingdom. I mean, people know about it who know the university world, who are engineers and what have you, but to the average person in the street, we need to help them understand better the quality of the work that goes on here and how important it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We need more exposure. And that's one of my biggest motivations is to expose KAUST within its community.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of interesting people on campus. We don't interact or, talk to each other that much because we're very busy.
Yeah.
I thought this initiative would help, connect, the community itself and connect us to the outside.
We have some great new faculty recruits coming too. Somebody I just mentioned to you, there's a new professor starting this week who comes from London and UCLA called Professor Peter Goadsby. He is one of the most brilliant neuroscientists in the world, winner of the Brain Prize,
Mashallah.
and has discovered the basis of severe migraine headaches as an immunological process which has led to a number of new therapeutics. He will be one of probably the most outstanding medical scientists recruited to the kingdom,
Mashallah.
and I'm sure he would love to be interviewed by you.
Yeah. What was his name?
Peter Goadsby.
Peter Goadsby.
Yeah.
Because I have reached out to your guests that are coming in the academic summit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've reached out to them to join.
Yes. You'll get some great people.
Yeah, and some of them already agreed.
Yeah, good, fantastic.
Just pending their itinerary.
Yeah, good, great.
So yeah, I mean, from your vantage point, what is the biggest challenge facing global research community, and how can KAUST address or help?
I think I say this advisedly because in my role I have to be apolitical, but outside Saudi Arabia, which is very different, support for universities in Saudi Arabia from the government is very high, very high, and including KAUST, but across the board, the government is working very hard for dramatic improvements in the university sector, which are happening in real time. But outside Saudi Arabia, in countries I know well, Australia, the United Kingdom, even more in the US, it's not such an easy time for universities. Funding has been cut, populist thinking is coming to the fore, and although this will be corrected, it will definitely be corrected, it's not fully understood by all leaders at the moment how important new knowledge is in navigating the journey the world is on. I'm sure that will correct itself. Paradoxically, in the short term, it gives us advantages because we have some brilliant faculty from the United States, either on the way here or interested in coming, who probably might not have come if they hadn't had some funding difficulties at home because of the tighter United States government policy. I stress I'm not critical of governments anyway. I understand they have very complex issues to deal with. But Saudi Arabia is in a really good position at the moment because of the strong support of the government here for the university sector.
Okay. Yeah, we're very fortunate. Hopefully this support keeps on going.
Well, the very top, the country has been driven not to do well what the world was doing yesterday, but to do better than anybody what the world is doing tomorrow. And that is all based on new knowledge.
That's great. Yeah, I think we are all driven and we feel it. Me personally, I feel it. King Abdullah's, His Royal Highness King Abdullah, may God bless his soul. Knowledge is the main power, right?
Yes.
Knowledge is the key to advancing not just humanity, but on a personal level. What motivates you every day?
I'm very lucky to be alive, to have my wife and my children and my grandchildren all well. And I have the same family interests that everybody has, but I feel very gifted. I have 4 children, My wife and I have been married for more than 50 years. We have 4 children. We have 8 grandchildren. I'd like to have more, but I think 8 will be it. And that motivates me. And I'm very motivated by having the opportunity to be part of an amazing university which is making a real difference to key problems the world faces. I should just say, too, because I probably didn't say enough about it earlier, how privileged and impressed I've been by the opportunity to work with such brilliant faculty and some great students in the time I've been here at KAUST. It really motivates me.
That's great. That's great. If you were to give one piece of advice to these young researchers and young faculty, and even all faculty and the students, what one piece of advice you would want to give them?
This is a very simple piece of advice. Whatever happens, don't lose your enthusiasm, don't lose your ambition, don't use your belief that you personally can make a difference. It's a little bit like what you asked me earlier. Fortune does favour the prepared mind, but everybody can prepare their minds, and making the most of the opportunities that come your way. And the final advice I would give researchers, and they can interpret this however they like, is that the great British scientist Peter Medawar, Nobel laureate for huge advances in immunology, famously said, to do anything significant, you have to be working on an important question. Now, that might be harsh, because it's often hard to know what the important questions are. I think when their colleagues discovered the polymerase chain reaction I alluded to earlier, they probably didn't know how important it was. And when Louis Pasteur discovered stereochemistry and immunology in a clinical sense, he probably didn't realize how important it was. So one needs to think laterally. But I think in the areas we're in now, to have some idea how one's research fits in to the great issues the world faces, so that if you do make a discovery, it's a discovery people notice, is a really important thing.
Hopefully, everyone is inspired by what you say.
Honestly, I think most people at KAUST know that already. They don't need that inspiration. But I think you have to tell yourself this, science is a hard slog. You do lots of things that don't work, experiments that don't work, or you publish a paper and nobody takes any notice of it. It's the nature of science. And then suddenly something happens, and you cross a barrier, and you don't always know when that's going to happen. That's what makes it interesting. If the whole journey was set out before us with complete certainty, why would we want to do it? It's the excitement and the novelty of new discovery that keeps scientists going.
Yeah, and I'd say being brave. And
being brave, taking, with absolute honesty and morality, taking chances.
Taking a risk. Yeah.
Taking a risk, yeah.
Great. Finally, as you lead KAUST into the future, Ed, what would you hope your legacy be?
It gets back to Isaac Newton. This university has been led by great people. I'm the 4th president. The first 3 presidents were really great people. I hope I can build on their accomplishment so that 5 or 6 years from now, not long, just a short period, people can look at KAUST and say, wow, in Edward Byrne's time, KAUST has really put the foot to the accelerator, and outcomes are coming that the people and the government of Saudi Arabia feel are really important.
That's great. That's great. Thank you very much, Ed. Thank you.
Thank you, Tayyab. It's been great speaking to you. You've been very thoughtful.
Thank you. Thank you. And I hope KAUST will be the powerhouse and the mitochondria of change for the kingdom and the world under your leadership.
You've given me a new quote, which links different parts of my life. Thank you very much.
I just thought about it now, so yeah.
Well, thank you. No, that's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
As I say, Peter Goadsby would be a very good person to interview.